Jamaica, it is time to make history as the Reggae Boys face Curacao for a spot at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Tuesday, November 18 at 8 p.m. We converge on the National Stadium as the pride of a nation rises to meet this moment.
This is more than a game. It's Curacao's time to shine. Go Blue Wave! Courage, determination, discipline, focus, victory. Go Blue Wave! Let's make history together. Unity makes us unstoppable.
Hello and welcome to the preview of the big game between Jamaica versus Curacao in the CONCACAF 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. The Reggae Boys are in second place in Group B with just 10 points, while Curacao are at the summit of the table with 11 points and on the verge on becoming the smallest country to ever qualify for the World Cup if they are able to avoid defeat against Jamaica on Tuesday. So can Jamaica make it to their second FIFA World Cup tournament ever, or is Curacao going to upset the Reggae Boys and make their first appearance at the 2026 FIFA World Cup? Well, I'm here to bring you a match preview of what to expect in the game against Jamaica versus Curacao. What time is the match? All the details you have to know. What is the head-to-head? How many times has Curacao and Jamaica met in the past? And how come Jamaica, who used to be in first place, are now in second place? All the breakdown right here on Sports Updates Ghana. My name is Joseph Adamafiu, the Ghana boys supporting the Reggae Boys. Let's get right into it. Please subscribe, like, share, and don't forget to leave a comment. So now let's get right into it. So let's start off with the details for the match. Well, the game between Jamaica versus Curacao is a home game for Jamaica. And guess where it's going to be played? It's going to be played in Kingston. As you guys said, it's going to be played in Kingston. And the venue for the match is at the Independence Park, as I said, in Kingston. And the date for the match is on Tuesday, November 2025. And I know there are a lot of Jamaicans outside the Jamaican country. When you go all over the world, there are Jamaicans. So I'll give you time that you can watch the match. So for those of us who are in USA, Jamaica, the time for the match is at 8 p.m. exactly. That is the time for the match. But for those of you in UK, the time for the match is at 1 a.m. and it will be on Wednesday midnight. That is the date for the match. You have to wake up at 1 a.m. on Wednesday to watch the game if you're in the UK, and if you are in Africa, I mean Ghana. Yes, my Ghana boys, if you want to watch the game between Ghana versus Curacao, it's also on Wednesday at 1 a.m. So that is the little detail you have to know ahead of the game. Quickly, let's look at the head-to-head. How many times has Jamaica and Curacao met in the past, and which team has won most games in their last meeting? Well, Jamaica and Curacao have met on 3 occasions, and in these 3 occasions, each team has won 1. Jamaica has won 1, drawn 1 against Curacao, and Curacao has also defeated Jamaica once. So the first time that Jamaica came up against Curacao was in 2017 in the CONCACAF Gold Cup, and Jamaica defeated Curacao in an away fixture by 2-0. Then in the home game, Jamaica drew 1-1 against Curacao, also in the CONCACAF Gold Cup, and this was in 2019. Now this year, 2025, in October, 10th October 2025, Curacao hosted the Reggae Boys in their backyard and they defeated them by 2-0. So this time, this will be the 4th time Jamaica will be coming up against Curacao, and it's a big game. It's a must win for Jamaica. Now, let's go look at the table and why this game is much more even important for Jamaica. Man, it looks like I'm supporting Jamaica. Yes, of course, I'm supporting the reggae boys. Yes, because Ghana and Jamaica, we are relatable. I mean, so this is how the table looks now. So Jamaica are in the same group with Curacao, TNT, I mean, Trinidad and Tobago, as well as Bermuda. Bermuda, they have not won a game at this year's World Cup qualifiers third round stage. Now, in first place is Curacao, who are in first place with 11 points. They've scored 13 goals and conceded 3 goals in the third phase of the World Cup qualifiers. For Jamaica themselves, they have 10 points and are in second place after scoring 11 goals and conceding 3 goals as well. So this is how the table looks for the two teams. Now, for Curacao to make it to the 2026 FIFA World Cup, Curacao have to just get a draw from this game because they just have a point ahead of Jamaica. And if this game ends in a draw, it means Jamaica are not going to automatically qualify for the World Cup. They will have to go through a long playoff process, and that is what Jamaicans are trying to avoid, because just yesterday on Sunday, Nigeria, the Super Eagles, lost to DR Congo in the African World Cup playoffs, and it's a very tricky affair, and Jamaica, I'm sure, doesn't want to go through that terrain, and they want to get a qualification automatically for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. So it's a must win for Jamaica. A draw is not enough, and a defeat will even hurt them more. Now, away from the table, let's look at the form guide. Yes, the form guide. How has the two teams performed going into this big game? So far, 5 out of 6 games have been played in the third round of the World Cup qualifiers, and out of those 5 matches, Jamaica have won 3 games, they've drawn 1, and they've lost 1 in the last 5 games they've played in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. In the same process, Curacao have won 3 games and drawn just 2 games in the World Cup qualifiers. They've never suffered a defeat in this year's World Cup qualifiers. In fact, when the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers started, Curacao were in Group C with Haiti, St. Lucia, Aruba, and Barbados, and Curacao were able to advance to the third round of the World Cup qualifiers after they won all their 4 matches, scored 13 goals and scored 15 goals and conceded just 2 goals in the process. Yes, that is how Curacao were able to perform in the second round. And in fact, Jamaica also had the same thing. They won 4 games, no defeats, no draw, and Jamaica scored 8 goals in total and just conceded 2 goals in the process in the second round of the World Cup qualifiers. So these two teams, it is a very tricky affair, and Curacao, they have not lost a game in this World Cup qualifiers. That is what is making it difficult for Jamaica. But I know the Ricky boys will be up and doing on Tuesday night to ensure that they defeat Curacao and make it to their second World Cup tournament in history, because man, I can tell you for a fact, Jamaicans don't want to miss this 2026 FIFA World Cup, especially after the whole of USA, Canada, Costa Rica, Panama stopped them from making it to the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Jamaicans want to see their team be at the big stage at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Well, ahead of the game, the head coach of Jamaica, Steve McLaren, has been speaking ahead of the game, and he says that tomorrow's game is their last game and they have to win. In fact, he went on to say that they have to start well on Tuesday against Curacao, because he believes the reason they were not able to beat Curacao in the away fixture, and also the reason they struggled to also draw against Trinidad and Tobago in a match that they were supposed to win, was as a result of they not starting matches well. So speaking ahead of the game, this was what Steve McLaren had to say.
I've said, I think for 16 months, it will always go down to the last game. And I said it at the beginning of the group stage, and so it is. And I think the best thing for us is that it's a win. It's a win. When you play for a draw or a win, you are a little bit in between, and I don't think we can be in between tomorrow. We have to be front foot aggressive and go for the win. That's our mentality. So that's what we'll go for. Yeah, that was disappointing. We didn't start the game well, so we must start the game well tomorrow. That's a big lesson. And we had chances to win the game. When you look at the stats after the game, we had more chances on target, and we should have scored in that game. Had a goal disallowed for I don't know what, but so we knew we were in with a chance in that game. The start was poor, so we've got to start well tomorrow, and that's the message to the team, is to be front foot first 20 minutes, and the game is over 95 minutes. We know what we must do. There's no in between. We must win.
So yes, that is the head coach of the Reggae Boys speaking ahead of the game on Tuesday night. And as I said, if you're in the UK, the game will be played on Wednesday. That is November 19th for those of you in the UK. But if you're in US and Jamaica, the game is on Tuesday at 8 p.m. sharp. You can make your way to the stadium in Kingston to watch the game if you are in Jamaica, because you can't afford to miss this big game, as maybe Curacao will not be going to the World Cup and Jamaica would rather be going to the World Cup. But if things go the other way, it will mean that Curacao will be the smallest team that will be at the World Cup. So what happens if Jamaica is unable to beat Curacao? What will happen? So this is what will happen if Jamaica are unable to beat Curacao and end up maybe drawing or losing against them. It will mean that Jamaica would end up going into the 2026 World Cup qualifiers playoffs. Yes, they have to get a spot in the playoffs, and that is a long process. As I said, they are going to meet teams from other continents, from Asia, from Africa. Man, you don't want to go through that mail. You just want to get your automatic qualification and make it to the World Cup. So yes, that is how we round up here on Sports Updates Ghana. Share your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think? Do you think Jamaica is going to defeat Curacao to qualify to the 2026 FIFA World Cup, or Curacao are going to upset Jamaica and make it to their first World Cup in history as the tiniest country ever to be at the World Cup? We'll find out on Tuesday night, 8 p.m. in USA Jamaica time, or 1 a.m. Wednesday in UK Ghana time. Until then, my name is Joseph Adamafiu. Thanks for doing the watching. Please subscribe, like, share, and don't forget to leave a comment. It's Cam's time, and I'm out for now.